Hello, I'm JK. Welcome back. Today I just wanted to have a chill video because school just started and I don't have much time to do anything too time consuming, aka illustrating my dreams because I have a lot more illustrations to do. So this is just a chill sketchbook video. I thought would be a lot of fun because we're starting into fall and pumpkins, and I have a black sketchbook that my sister gave me and I've never even touched before. So I thought this would be fun to just mess around with supplies and get my mind off of all the countless figure drawing assignments that I have been given. I never really worked on black paper before, so I decided to have like this first page to go through all my materials that I think would become more opaque on black paper. And so the first one you can see is I'm using my Posca markers. I got a good bunch of Posca markers that were actually like, I don't know, like 60% off at a local art store. So it was actually a really good deal. Next up I have these Prismacolor Scholar markers. And I've never used them once. So I was just seeing how opaque they are, if they're more of like acrylic markers or alcoholic markers, but no, you can see right there, there's absolutely no opacity. So, no, these are not going to be used in my color sketchbooks. But next up I have these weird markers that are like these Japanese metallic markers my mom bought me. I don't even know where she got it. She just tends to like buy things. So I have all of these markers. They're like really cool and they come in a bunch of different colors. And I think I've used them once before on a black page and I remember them looking super duper cool. But yeah, as you can see, they clearly worked and they were fantastic and they look so freaking cool. These next ones are watercolor crayons. I again have not used these at all. I don't honestly, I'm not even really sure how to use these. I think you like lay down your basic colors and then you have water and then activates them. But I don't know. Maybe I will actually do some, research into actually how to use these watercolor pencils or watercolor crayons. But for now, they're just meh on black paper with just themselves because I don't want to use water on this sketchbook. Next up, normal crayons. Crayons are surprisingly can be really good on black paper, especially the white ones. But yeah, most of these crayons did not show up as nicely as I wanted them to. I was really hoping I was rooting for them. But yeah, no, they didn't look that nice. Excuse me. I am absolutely exhausted. But then I have these cool soft pastels that I thought would be really fun. And so as you can see, they are beautifully opaque. And I absolutely adored working with these. These things are so much fun to draw. Oh my gosh. It's just every single color just showed up so perfectly, no matter what colors they were, on the black paper. And so I think we're going to be using these a lot. Next up, oil pastels. I love drawing with oil pastels. Oh my gosh. Oil pastels are actually really nice. They're soft, but you can still mix them as well. The only downside is that they are very oily. I guess that's the word for it. Yeah, they're very oily, and so therefore they tend to stick to a lot of things a lot easier. It's not like a chalk or a watercolor where if it gets on something, you can easily just wash it off. These stain, and so you have to like spray them, but they've turned out so nicely on black paper. So these are a good alternative to use. Next up, I have a bunch of inks. I love drawing with inks, but I was really hoping and praying that these inks would like look good. Some of them are a watercolor ink, and then there's another one that's like specifically for calligraphy, and another one, they're acrylic inks. So I decided to experiment with all of them just to see which one works. The one that turned out the best was actually the green one. However, I figured out when I was using it, when I actually was putting it down with the calligraphy pen, because that's how I like to use the inks, it did not work because it actually started scratching up the paper. I hate it when my materials and utensils end up scratching my paper. It drives me nuts. So unfortunately, I will not be using ink in this black sketchbook for fall, but I thought it'd be kind of cool to do like some cool, creepy, oozy potions or something. Next up is Prismacolor pencils. I know for a fact that these will work on black paper. They aren't super opaque, but they're enough that you can at least get somewhat of a decent picture out of it, in my opinion, personally. They aren't going to be wonderfully fantastic, but geez, those metallic pencils, though, that I have with Prismacolor, those worked really nicely and they were super duper nice. Next up, I have a white, what is it called? Hold on. Here we go. Okay, I have a Conte à Paris white pencil. And I believe these are mainly like soft pastel pencils, soft chalk pastels, something like that. But wow, yeah, this was super nice. And they're so nice to work with. Oh my turd. I think I'm gonna do an entire sketch with just white. But yeah, no, super nice. Love these pencils. Absolutely gorgeous. Okay, so now that I'm done with all the pencils, I'm going to move on to my first drawing. And I decided to do this one picture that I found on Pinterest. One of the classic sheet ghosts with the sunglasses on top. I thought it was super adorable. And so, like I said, I actually used the Conte à Paris white pencil. It was so nice. It smoothed absolutely beautifully. I absolutely love fall. I'm a summer girl at heart. I love summer to a T. This is when I thrive, when I feel alive. Like the swimming and vacations and watermelon and just, I absolutely love summer. 4th of July is my favorite holiday, and it has nothing to do with patriotism or anything. It is purely because of the fireworks, and it's not cold and freezing, because the only other time you get fireworks is New Year's Eve, but you're freezing, so you don't give a rat's about going outside and watching the fireworks. So it's the fireworks, the hot dogs, the hamburgers, the watermelon, the camaraderie, the fun carnivals and festivals that pop up around that time. Absolutely love it. But then fall. Fall is so comforting, you know? Like you just have like pretty colors, all the trees just start dying, and they turn like these gorgeous colors of red and orange and yellow, and it's so nice. But then it's also sweater weather, and depending on where you live, obviously you start wearing sweaters a little bit earlier or later from fall. But where I live, it starts to become perfect sweater weather about, I want to say, halfway through fall-ish, maybe a bit sooner than that. And I love having my apple cider candles, and then it's just lit up, and it's just this nice, calming, soothing atmosphere. It's so cozy, and I love it, and it's beautiful. But with all the homework that I'm currently getting in this fall semester, I only have time to do that of homework. So my plan is to make more videos about my actual assignments, since that will be the most efficient with my time, and then I can actually make more videos, because it's really fun to make videos, as I say in almost every single one of my videos. With all the assignments that I've gotten, I'm glad that I'm purposely taking time aside to draw in a different sketchbook of like fun sketches that I want to do, because my other sketchbooks are full of head drawings and figure drawings and specific prompts that I have to keep to. And so just having a sketchbook where I can do anything that I want is very therapeutic and relieving, and it makes me continue to remember that, oh yeah, I actually do like drawing. And it's not just, I like drawing what I want to draw. And so it's a great excuse to be able to do that. The second drawing that I wanted to do was along the lines of like that cool green potion bottle from the green ink that I didn't want to use. So I decided to use Posca pens, and instead I wanted to do like this fun slime monster. But I don't know if you've ever tried to draw slime, especially as a newbie that's never done it before, but it's hard. And especially on like a medium where I can't, erase, I can only draw over it. So it's not even like efficient. So really, I should just be going back and doing experiments on actually how to draw slime before I decide to take up an entire sketchbook. Well, honestly, if you're scared of screwing up an entire sketchbook page just because you want them to be all perfect and wonderful and stuff like that, then you gotta let that go. I'm slowly learning that as an artist, and then that there is no apologetic page. Oh, That's actually a really good saying. There is no apologetic page when it comes to sketchbooks because I am learning. And did I learn a lot from this? Yes. Did I learn I know nothing about slime and how to interpret, how to draw it? Yes. But I can always come back to it, always learn, and figure out actually how to do it correctly. And then maybe in another sketchbook page, I will actually correctly figure out how to do that one. But yeah, whatever. The last one I decided to do was to use the really cool opaque soft pastels that I have. They're so nice to work with. They work kind of just like chalk and oil pastels nicely mixed into one. And so it was a very smooth experience, but it was also fun because I could blend the colors. Unlike how I used the Conte Paris crayon and a metallic orange to finish up the last page, and then I used my Posca pens, and so I can't really blend. So it was fun to like play around, and I thought I'd draw cute little cats because the black sticks out so well from the black paper. I thought it'd be fun to just do some fun cats, like a little witch cat and a cat on a pumpkin. They're so cute. I love them. I do have to spray them though with a special spray. I've heard somewhere that you can actually use hairspray as well, but I think it has to be like specific materials and paper in order for it not to get all weird. I also heard that it gets all shiny too. Anyway, but for now, I have to put the sketchbook away and work on 3 other sketchbooks for my classes. But thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoy a change of pace. I know I have, but I'll try to be back next week. I think my upload schedule I want to keep is about every 2 weeks, just because things happen and editing takes forever and being depressed makes it take forever. And then on top of that, all my other assignments take forever. But yeah, and somehow I was able to finally find time to edit and do audio and blah 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 blah. But if you have any suggestions for what to do for a Halloween fall themed picture in my sketchbook, let me know. But yeah, that's all I got.